guys, today I'm doing a t-shirt. I am doing May You Never Be Too Old to Search the Skies Christmas Eve. I'm going to do this on a t-shirt. This is what I put underneath it. It is sticky on this surface. This protects it from bleeding through to the other side. And we will be using ink today. I'm going to use white. So let's get this set up and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this off. We do sell these on our website. It's essentially sticky so that the shirt will stay in place once you get it where you want it. I gotta see if this is where I want the shirt to start. Okay. Make sure we get it all smoothed out because it does stick to it. Okay, there we go. It's not gonna come down that far either. I'm just kind of centering it based on this tag is what I'm looking at. So now I'm going to peel this. I have used this before, so I don't need to fuzz it. You wouldn't want to fuzz anyway if it's new. That was my Cricut heat press saying it's warm enough. Okay, I'm going to push this down. Make sure. I think it's a little bit too far up. Come down just a hair on here. I don't want it to be too far up on the shirt. I think that looks good. I want to make sure it's down really well. I am using white ink. I've done this shirt before, this color of shirt, and I'm doing it again, but in white for someone. I'm going to go over this twice because the material does tend to absorb the ink really well. The great thing about doing ours is that once you do this and you heat set it, it can be washed and dried over and over and it doesn't crack or ruin the photo at all. It'll last for a very, very long time. Okay, almost got the first coat on. This is pretty simple and quick. Okay, you see I'm just trying to make sure I don't have a bunch of lines in it. I want to make it as smooth as possible. I'm going to go back over it again and put another good coat on because I want to make sure that it really gets into the material. Peel and reveal now. There we go. Yeah, doing that extra second time on really made it to where it makes it show more. I like that a lot. There we go. Awesome. Now I just have to I'll set my transfer aside. I can reuse it. I will wash it in the sink. So what you do now is I will pull out this sticky piece that's underneath here that held it. I want to be careful, obviously, not to touch this ink too much. I'm using my heat gun just to set it a little bit before I actually use my heat press. I'm just drying the ink up a little bit just to make sure that it's good and set. Okay, now I will put another piece of parchment paper. I put one piece underneath here, that's under here, and then I'm going to put this on top. I will grab, I use a board with just a simple towel. It's just a board with a towel on it that I'm going to put underneath the t-shirt. And that's mainly just to protect the surface that's under my shirt. So we will use the heat press at 350 degrees for, is that good? Mm-hmm. For 30 seconds. And then I'm going to go ahead and do it a second time just because you don't have to, but because I want to, I'll get that out. Can you hear me a wipe? Okay, so I was able to get that. It had a little bit of ink had gotten on the countertop and I got it off before it was set. Okay. So I'm going to set this. I'm turning it toward you guys so you can see. It's on 350 degrees for 30 seconds. I'm not going to move it around a lot. I don't want to move it around a lot, but you don't have to. You can, but you don't have to. And then I'm going to do it for a second time just because I want to make sure. Then after that, we will turn the shirt inside out and do the exact same process again. And then it'll be ready to go. It can be washed and worn. You can wash it and throw it in the dryer. No problem whatsoever. Okay, so these transfers are reusable. They have a self-sticking surface on them. That's what they are. They can be cleaned with just water and in a board eraser. And then you use ink for material, and we use chalk paste to chalk on items. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna do one more set. See the steam coming off of it? Put it down again and push the button. 30 more seconds and it'll be completed. And I'll turn it around so you guys can see it finished. I see a little extra thread here. I'm gonna trim off. Maybe not with these. This side now. I'll go for 30 seconds and then it'll be ready to go. So you can see it all finished. Get it to where, okay. And it's all set and ready to wear. There you go.